Welcome to the Real World. My name is Cameron, joined by Carson.
That's right.
We're here for the latest edition of Real Movie News. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Real World. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. This is the big movie news video.
That's right.
Where we talk about all the movie news.
Most of this, as usual, I probably haven't heard.
Yes.
So I'm fully into it. What do we have for you today?
All right, so we heard about this new Spider-Man Noir show.
That's right.
It's going to star Nicolas Cage himself, one of your favorite actors of all time.
I'm stoked.
As Spider-Man Noir, coming back to the role he originated in the Spider-Verse movies.
That's right.
This is going to be a series on Amazon Prime. It's gearing up to start shooting, and they just cast another big actor.
Oh boy.
One of my favorites. An
boy.
Irish actor by the name of Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, okay.
In tons of movies.
Do we have a character that he's playing
We
yet?
don't know.
Huh.
What's your speculation?
I have no idea.
Here's mine. He could be playing Uncle Ben.
Okay. Is he an older guy?
He's older.
Okay.
He's probably 60s. He could be playing Captain Stacy. Which
Sure.
I think he would nail that role.
Okay.
He could even be playing Kingpin. He's kind of a bigger guy.
Interesting.
Those are the three
Okay.
that came to my
Great.
mind. I have no clue. He could be playing a totally original
Of course,
character.
yeah,
He could be playing
yeah.
someone else.
Uh-huh.
But those were the three that stuck out of my mind as like he could play those really well. I think.
Neat. I mean, the fact that we're getting a film noir
1930s
series,
New York City,
starring Nicolas Cage,
hopefully black and white. Maybe
and the fact that it's Spider-Man, it's
Yeah.
just like the icing on top.
it's
So
insane that's actually happening.
I'm super stoked.
I'm ecstatic.
All right, what's next?
All right, what's next? It's a TV series
Gotta love those TV
that
series.
I was a huge fan of while it was on.
Is it Doug?
It's live action.
Oh, it's live action. Okay, it's not Doug, guys.
It all takes place in real time.
It's 24.
24.
That's right.
Becoming a film.
A film.
They're producing a
24-hour film. It's pretty amazing.
It'll be the first ever.
That's pretty
24-hour
shocking.
film.
Yeah, if you don't know the premise of 24, is
Every episode is 1
an
hour a day. and
24 episode
episodes.
seasons.
Yep.
So you
So
get
you
a
get to
full
see a day in the
24-hour
life of these people.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool idea.
They did, here's what's interesting. They did a 24 movie for TV. It was called 24 Redemption. It took place between seasons 7 and 8 or 8 and 9. I can't remember. There was a writer's strike or something, and they couldn't do it, but they had a story, and so they made it a movie. And so the first half of the movie, the first hour, none of it's in real time. It's all just setting up the story. And then the last hour is all real time. As he's trying to stop, the bad guys.
That's cool.
So I'm assuming what they'll do for the film is something similar.
You gotta have that ticking clock element.
Oh,
that
yeah.
really keeps driving it.
That's
right.
I mean, that was stands out in my mind so much.
Awesome, 24.
So we don't know who's in it.
We don't know who's in it. We don't know who's directing. We
Hopefully
don't know.
Kiefer Sutherland makes a cameo at least because he was in literally every episode of the show.
Yeah.
But Brian Glazer, who'd produced the show, is producing the film.
Okay, great.
So we've got him at least attached to
Very
that.
cool.
So
hopefully this will be better than Heroes Reborn.
All right, so we're looking at some Letterboxd interviews. I'm a huge fan of Letterboxd. We both use Letterboxd.
They're
We're
great.
both on Letterboxd, so follow us there.
This is a top 4.
This is a four favorites with none other than the director of Twisters,
Okay.
Lee Isaac Chung,
Yeah.
who
Up-and-coming
made a
director.
small film called Minari,
Yep.
and now he's made this, and he's making waves.
He's about to make $1 billion, let me tell you.
Yes. Twisters is doing very
I'm
well.
sure Feige's already on the phone.
Absolutely. So he
what
gave
are
us
his, what are his 4 favorites?
His 4 favorites are Charlie Chaplin's City Lights.
Okay, good pick. I mean, I'm more partial to Duck Soup myself, but City Lights is a good one.
Well, that's not Charlie Chaplin, but okay.
I know, it's the Marx Brothers. Anyways.
It's the silent era.
Yeah.
It's close to this.
You're right.
Duck Soup isn't silent, but
Continue.
Lights is.
We'll cut all this.
Then we have Tokyo Story, which is one I've been hearing a lot about. I want to see.
Okay.
I think the Criterion Collection has it in their collection, so I want to get that one.
Good.
He also picked Steven Spielberg's AI, Artificial Intelligence.
Brilliant pick. I love AI, Artificial Intelligence.
Highly underrated.
Fantastic movie.
Great film. I agree. Really good. He also picked Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Okay. What a vast array of movies.
I know.
All
I like
very
it.
different.
Very different.
Yeah. That's great.
Those are his 4 picks. I would definitely, again, I've unfortunately only seen 2 of those, but both AI and Crouching Tiger are fantastic.
Yeah.
So
awesome, great.
Check them out.
Great 4 picks.
That's not it, though. Guess who else they interviewed on the red carpet of Deadpool and Wolverine? Ryan Reynolds.
Now this one I actually did see.
Did you really?
I did see this. I don't remember their picks, but
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman both interviewed.
That's right.
Let's start with Ryan.
Of course.
Deadpool himself. The new movie's coming out. Yeah. Very excited.
What are his 4 picks?
His first pick is an old film, very old film called Gaslight.
Okay.
Which I've never seen, but I've heard very good things, so I want to check that out.
I heard Ryan Reynolds like it, so it's probably terrible. What's next?
His other 3 picks I really like.
Hey.
One of them is Grosse Pointe Blank.
Okay. I've heard of this.
John Cusack.
Yep.
Hitman film.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a hitman that goes back to his high school reunion. It's great. It's a great comedy. It's a great hitman movie. It's a great rom-com kind of film.
Interesting.
It's very well made. It's very well worth watching.
Cool.
So I like that pick. It very much fits Ryan Reynolds and kind of the Deadpool, kind of dark comedy vibe. Then he went with a holiday classic, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay, great. That's
one of his favorite films of all time.
It's a great comedy.
Steve Martin, John Candy.
Yep.
Doesn't get better.
Terrific.
As far as a buddy movie,
sure.
That's why this gives me hope for Deadpool and Wolverine.
And it makes
if this is the dynamic,
it makes me think that this isn't his actual 4 favorite movies. It's just the 4 that he was thinking of while doing.
I think
Deadpool
I've
and
actually
Wolverine.
heard him talk about that movie before.
Yeah,
as being one of his favorites. Yeah.
Okay.
So that one I actually believe. And then lastly, very interesting choice, Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca.
Oh, okay.
Which is a wonderful film.
Very cool.
Easily one of Hitchcock's best, in my opinion. It's probably in my top 3 Hitchcock movies.
It's one of the few I haven't seen.
It's fantastic.
Very cool.
So, great top 4, Ryan. Keep it up. Really, really enjoy it. Now we're going to jump to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
And his 4 favorites.
Okay.
One of these, his first pick, you could probably guess. If you really think about him and what he's really all about.
That's it.
How he started.
Like Singing in the Rain?
Mm-hmm. Singing in the Rain.
It is? Yep. Oh, okay. Great.
Singing in the Rain. That's his number 1. That was his number 1 favorite film.
It's a great film.
He also
It's probably my favorite musical.
Yeah, it's one of the best, easily, for sure. He also went with one I still haven't seen, but I've heard so many great things about. It's Robert De Niro in The Deer Hunter.
Okay.
Along with Christopher Walken.
Very cool. Very cool.
70s kind of intense drama.
Wow.
Then he went with my favorite film of all time, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, good pick.
Which is
gotta have Raiders.
Excellent choice. And then a foreign film called Gallipoli, which I have not seen, but I've heard about as well. So, interesting picks. I really like them.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, let's talk briefly about Deadpool 3, because this was an interesting thing. I thought.
Why are we talking about Deadpool?
I forgot to mention this to you.
This is out of nowhere. I wasn't prepared.
Ryan Reynolds used his salary to pay for Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers, to be on set every day. So the studio said, no, we don't have enough money. We can't pay the writers to be on set every day.
Okay.
They have to go write a new movie. And he's like, no, I want them on set every day. I'll pay them. That I thought was really interesting. Because clearly he likes these guys.
Well, clearly he can do whatever he wants.
Right.
Well,
kind of, yeah. Although if he paid for it, it's not necessarily him doing whatever he wants. It's him paying to do what he wants.
I guess.
But I thought that was an interesting choice. Like, he really wanted them on set every day.
Yeah.
To form a sort of, like, he called it like a de facto writer's room that they would have on set to be able to talk about each scene.
They're writing it as they go along.
It could be a bad sign. Yeah, it could be that the script wasn't in order.
We really need the writers on board.
I think it was more like, let's have these. I really like these guys and I trust these guys, so let's make sure they're there in case we need them.
Okay.
I think it's kind of cool. That he took initiative to do that.
Sure. I mean, these are his movies. These have always been his movies.
These are his movies.
He's in charge of everything.
He's producing them.
He's producing them. He's acting in them.
This is one where Feige's involved, so that's what concerns me.
Feige's not involved.
Feige's involved. He's involved. He is. He's listed on the credits. He's out there promoting the movie right now.
Of course.
He's being interviewed.
Well, it's an MCU movie.
That's what I'm saying. So I think this pushback on Feige could be a very good thing.
I just hope we see the Feige robot from She-Hulk. That's all I hope.
Me too.
If that happens, whole movie's redeemed. It's perfect.
Keeping it in the MCU. You know who's rumored now to take over Avengers 5 and 6?
I heard the Russo brothers are back in.
Russo brothers.
I don't like this idea. This is a
You
bad
don't like
idea.
this idea? I don't either.
This is a terrible idea.
Everyone loves it.
Of course.
Everyone loves it.
Of course, because it's familiar.
Yeah.
Because it's safe.
Because it'll feel like all the other Avengers movies.
It'll feel bland and gray.
Yeah.
And my eyes will glaze over everyone on screen.
Right.
Just like Gray Man.
Right.
Ugh.
No
writers. They need to retire.
No writers attached. That's another thing that worries me. Why are you getting a director when you don't have a writer attached?
Well, because it gets people talking about your movie.
Yes.
If you have a director. If you say, oh, this writer, nobody cares about writers.
Right. I know.
Only Ryan Reynolds cares about writers.
It's too bad. It's too bad. I don't know. Hopefully they bring it together. I mean, look, Winter Soldier's great. I like Endgame.
First of all, I don't even believe this is true. I don't even know if they'll do this. I don't know if they would be willing to do this.
They've always said, the only thing that makes me think this is real is every time they were interviewed after Endgame, they said, we'll only come back if they do Secret Wars. That's the only way we'll come back. That's our favorite comic book storyline. We'll only come back if they do Secret Wars. And then guess what? They're doing Secret Wars. So that makes me think...
It makes me think, first of all, that they're desperate. Yeah. And that's bad.
They're producing a lot.
Marvel and...
Oh, yeah. Marvel and the Russos are desperate. Yeah.
They desperately need each other to have Endgame happen again. And that's a pity. I mean, these phases after Endgame could have been the best, most golden opportunity to reinvent, reestablish, get in some new blood. Yeah. And they did with Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. Yeah. And even WandaVision.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever's great.
Yeah.
It's like they did. They had big hits.
Eternals, all new cast, all new director.
Eternals was fantastic.
I mean,
they had some big hits.
Many things.
And I think with the benefit of hindsight, people are going to look back and be like, there was some good stuff here that we all missed out on.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's too late.
Yeah.
Now, everyone's banking on Deadpool and all of his references to get us through to this next big Avengers level threat.
Right.
And we're tired of it, and we're done with it.
I agree.
I hope Deadpool 3 bombs and is terrible and ends this whole kerfuffle of this character's back and this character's back and look, it's him and it's a reference to this and there's no stakes and nothing matters because that whole trope needs to die.
I agree.
To me, that's why I dislike the Deadpool movies because there's no stakes.
Right.
There's no emotion behind it.
Yeah. Everything's
a joke.
Right.
And nothing matters.
Sure.
So it's not saying anything about anything.
Right.
Pity.
We'll see. Later this week when Deadpool and Wolverine hits theaters. We're going to keep it in the MCU. We're still going in the MCU. Captain America Brave New World.
Yep.
We haven't discussed this trailer on the channel yet.
It looks good.
That's all you have to say.
It looks good. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like Falcon and Winter Soldier Season 2.
But no Bucky.
But no Bucky, yeah.
We got new Falcon in there.
Sure.
Here's why I like it.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, baby.
There's your reason.
Harrison Ford.
2 words, baby.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Just put him in everything. Hey, what's exciting, though, is that he's not only in this. He's been cast in Thunderbolts.
Oh, really? That's cool. That means he won't die, so there'll be no stakes. Pity.
Although, let's talk quickly about, of course, that tease at the end of Red Hulk.
I think that Harrison Ford coming back as the president is actually a cool idea.
Yeah.
And I hope that they do something with that idea.
Yeah.
The president's going to be the villain.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What does that mean to Captain America?
Right.
What does that mean to the country and to the universe as a whole?
Right.
That's everything that Winter Soldier did brilliantly. Was
Stakes,
S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra.
Yeah.
And we're ending both of that. Right. And that's over now.
Yeah.
And Nick Fury's done.
Right. It was a big deal.
And he's never going to come back to save
the day.
It was a
total game changer.
He's never going to come back to save the day at the end of an Avengers movie.
But he did.
Because they didn't understand why Winter Soldier
Hopefully
was great.
this time they understand that and we'll go, what happens,
but I think they won't because he's coming back in Thunderbolts already.
But we don't know how. We don't know in what form.
Imagine if...
That's my thing about Red Hulk. Because if he's Red Hulk...
Sure.
that could be a game changer.
Imagine if in Winter Soldier, before the movie came out, it was announced that Nick Fury is in Age of Ultron. Right. Pity. I mean, I don't know why they announced these things.
Yeah.
These contracts and these behind-the-scenes shenanigans always ruin the story.
True.
It just messes with my immersion. I'm not allowed to enjoy this.
I know.
I just have to be thinking now about Thunderbolts.
The next thing, yeah.
Where is the lady from Seinfeld going to show up? You know what I mean? It's just exhausting to have to keep up with this stuff. We've seen all of it.
I know.
We've seen every MCU product ever made.
Yeah, we have.
Every single one.
Yep.
Except Inhumans. I haven't watched Inhumans yet. I probably never will.
Yeah, Inhumans. Hey, maybe this will all turn around. We don't know. That's the thing.
This
one movie could change it all.
This looks good. Brave New World looks good. As long as you say something as a movie.
Yeah.
As long as it's about something.
Have a story. And characters.
Have it be significant. Yeah. That Sam Wilson is Captain America.
Make it matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which in the trailer, people are seeing, oh wait, is that Tiamat in the background? You know, the big eternal celestial guy?
Yeah.
That would be cool if they finally tied that back in. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing.
It's fine. I mean, weren't people jumping off
and
of
make it matter
and stuff in one of the other movies?
No. She-Hulk?
Probably She-Hulk.
I can't remember. But anyways, just little things like that. They need to start bringing it back together.
It's always been together. People keep saying that, but
that's the thing. That's the thing is it doesn't matter. Like you're saying, it doesn't matter. What happened in that movie doesn't matter because they don't reference it. It doesn't have any ramifications on the rest of the universe. Like Winter Soldier should have had ramifications on the rest of the universe, and it didn't.
It's a problem that the MCU has always had.
Right.
Because you can't really... Yeah. And this is the thing that I think Feige has fooled everyone into believing.
Yeah.
You can't really do a cinematic universe of movies.
Right.
Because movies inherently are self-contained pieces of art. It's an hour-and-a-half format where you tell a 3-act structure story. That's what movies are for.
Yeah.
And to try and tell an overarching story over the course of 10 years...
It's a TV show.
You have to rely on those TV show tropes. Yeah. And that's why the MCU feels TV showy. Yeah. It feels sports-like.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like a movie.
Yeah.
Like when you go and see...
Except for the first Iron Man.
Except
Phase 1. Really all of Phase 1.
Because all of Phase 1 is just movies.
Yeah.
They're not connected.
Right.
At all.
Little Easter eggs. But
there is nothing in the first Avenger that has anything to do with Iron Man 2. Except the fact that Nick Fury shows up at the end.
And his shield is in Iron Man 2. Remember he puts it
under the thing? It's not really a shield.
Right, but I'm just saying, it's like, oh, it's the star in the red and blue.
It's a star and a stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little, kiddie reference.
That's what I'm saying, it's little Easter
But it's not... They're not connected.
Yeah.
Those movies are not connected in any way.
Yeah. Very loosely
connected. So... Yeah, it's difficult to do that. And I don't know if it's ever really been done properly. Where you sit down and say, okay, these are 10 movies. And all 10 of these movies are one story.
Right.
And they're parts of a story. Yeah. Like a 10-part movie. Yeah. Like Dune Part 10. Like, imagine that.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy. That would be, like, absurd and insane.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
We'll see what ends up happening. Last thing we got to talk about is Joker, Folie à Deux. New trailer.
I haven't seen this new trailer.
You haven't seen this?
No.
We're going to watch it for the first time.
Trailer reaction, folks. This is
right now. I'm pulling it up. Joker, the first Joker, I think it's a fine movie. It's well made.
It's pretty good.
It's interesting. It's a unique take. Joaquin Phoenix is always great. I mean, he's a fantastic actor.
Sure.
So let's see.
I'm actually more excited for this than I was for Joker. This is it.
Here it is.
It's a bridge.
Years ago, the name Arthur Fleck hit Gotham like a hurricane.
He's smiling.
The trial of the century. They believe Arthur Fleck to be some kind of martyr.
Well, he didn't die, so he's not a martyr.
He's not. There's a monster.
Okay. A lot of Jokers back there.
Yeah.
Joker masks.
Is this,
Jokers are taking over the
Well, I
city.
love that this is going to be a musical. This is exciting.
When I saw you.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, of course.
Free Joker signs.
Wow. Everyone
People
loves
want
Joker.
chaos.
They love a mass murderer. He's such a great guy.
She stole a television. So she's Harley Quinn.
Now, this looks fantastic. The cinematography is awesome. Very
Lighting is
smoky.
always great. What are they going to do? They're going to team up?
I just really hope that Batman doesn't show up or something silly like that.
He's singing.
I have someone who needs me.
First time I've heard him sing since Walk the Line.
That's what I was going to say. It's Johnny Cash.
Do you still think you're a
Hey,
star?
there's Brendan Gleeson. He's
Yep.
going to be in Spider-Man Noir. We just talked about that.
Now,
wow, look at
are we
this.
going to get
This is
actual
bigger
Are we going to
scale.
get actual musical numbers?
Yeah, that's what this is.
That's what this is.
Look, he's dancing. See?
Oh, it's the comic cover with him and Harley Quinn.
He's in the court. What is he,
He's
Nixon?
doing the Nixon pose. It's political, everybody.
He's being tortured.
Look around. Look at all these people.
See, some of this,
No longer allow any of you
This is
some of
silly.
it in his head. I don't get
This
it.
is silly.
to keep me down.
It's always been silly.
Right.
It really should be a satire of pretentious.
Suspicion that we're not giving the people what they want.
Oh, they get their own variety show.
Let's give the people what they want.
This is interesting.
Oh my
See,
goodness.
there's more of the traditional Harley Quinn look she takes in the comics. Oh, a lot of Jokers.
Everyone's a Joker.
Is that Martin Scorsese?
Some Martin Scorsese. That'd be hilarious. Joker Filet of Dukes.
Sing hallelujah. Come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day.
Huh.
Okay.
This is interesting. It's very, very unnerving, you know? The whole vibe. From both movies. That's the whole kind
Look,
of thing.
this
is like-
movie is towing a very fine line
Yeah.
between bad
Yeah.
and like parody,
Right.
and it has to toe that line, and
Mhm.
it has to be smart
Right.
and actually say something.
Yeah.
It has to say something about the genre,
Right.
musicals,
Mhm.
expectations,
Fandom.
society. It's always
Yeah.
about society,
Yeah.
about fandom.
Right.
You know,
Cult of personality.
It's gotta be like the menu. It's gotta be like the movie The Menu.
Did you see The Menu?
I saw The Menu. Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of The Menu.
it was fine. It
I'm
was
a
fine.
huge fan of that movie.
Menu. It's just like one of those like very like it's very like artful and it's very.
Is it though?
It's-
to me,
it's
it
kind
was
of
kind of fun
pretentious.
and silly.
Well, in parts it was, but I think that it was kind of self-aware. in that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. It was the right. It was the right way to do it.
That's what this
Yeah.
has to be.
Yeah, exactly.
To me,
I
it's
agree.
kind of fit that tone and be a musical. Hopefully, they have real musical numbers. They don't just sing pop songs.
Right. Exactly. Interesting stuff. Well, folks, let us know what you think of all this movie news we just covered.
That was it.
That was it. And that was the trailer. Let us know what you think of the
We
trailer
saw Twisters.
for Joker.
We saw Twisters. That was good.
We got a reaction on the trailer
That's
on
right.
the channel right now.
Yep.
Both gave that one high marks.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our reviews on Letterboxd for that. We're going to be watching Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow or the next day. And we'll give you our reaction to that. We'll do a full X-Men podcast this weekend. Got some special guests coming on that one.
The X-Cast.
Yep. And so, yeah, let us know what you guys think. Be on the lookout for all our new videos.
That's right.
Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. And we'll see you next time right here on the real world.
A little out of sync. That's fine.
I did it slower than you thought I was going to do.
On the real world.